Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Vade, aka Pro Bench Warmer here. Just filling in on. Sorry about the background noises. I live in New York. Filling in on the league. I know you guys haven't seen anything from the league since my team analysis video. I'm sorry, I've been slacking. My life got crazy hectic. Um, but let me just fill you in before I bring you this match. This is my week 6 match. Against TJG, the actual creator of the league, the Jewish Giraffe. All right, so week 1 we did fairly well. We were up against Quinn, Mighty Quinn, and we did pretty good. It was bulk against bulk. Someone didn't die to like turn 33, and then it was punch for punch after that. And I lost 1-0, I believe, to a Choice Scarf Max HP Frost loss. Yeah. It kind of blew because I had a physically offensive Needle Queen with Crunch to kill it. I never calced max HP, max special attack. That never was a thing that I was thought to calc. But I think that the way I threw the game there, like the game instantly threw, was in Quinn's favor. Was I had a mixed wall Mew up against what's this thing called? Up against Lucario. There we go. And I went for Will-O-Wisp thinking it was physically offensive. He went for a nasty plot, and I was like, Lucario doesn't get anything. I can live a hit from full, and he hit me with a Dark Pulse, and I died. Had I kept Mew, had I actually sacked Noivern to see what moves he had, because Noivern had like 6 HP on re-entry. Had I sacked Noivern to see what move he had, I would have sacked Noivern, went into Choice Scarf, Needle Queen, hit it with an Earth Power and dropped it, and then when it comes down to late game, it would have been Frost Blast against Mew and Needle Queen, and he would have to actually lock. I would have had Mew out so that he'd have to lock himself into Shadow Ball, in which I could take 2 with Needle Queen, and I could have kind of take 2. I outsped it, so I hit it with a Crunch, take 1, and then hit it with a Crunch again to kill it. Which kind of sucked that I lost that game, but it was all good. It was whatever. Week 2, we had a horrible matchup against the Steelers. I'm not even gonna go into detail with that game, but I got destroyed because I didn't prep for a Don fan. I actually prepped for a Don fan, but didn't prep well for a Don fan. I had a Tailwind Mew with enough speed to outspeed Choice Scarf Keldeo in a Tailwind, and then kill it with a Zen Headbutt. But it just undersped Tyranitar, a max speed Tyranitar, which is so horrible. I hit 133. Max speed Tyranitar is 135, and that ultimately lost me the game. Had I like outsped max speed Tyranitar, I would have hit it with a Drain Punch, killed it, and it would have been just Keldeo at like 2 HP and a Toxicroak. It's a Keldeo, Toxicroak, and I believe Cradilly, and Mew could have taken at least 2 of them on. So if I had the Tailwind set up, because I was at enough HP to probably take it. No, actually, I wasn't. So that game, I could have at least just brought down the differential. Week 3, I was against Frosty. I believe it was against Frosty. Yeah, and that was when I believe it's on YouTube already. It's on his channel. I'll link it in the description. Go check out Frosty's. Actually, pretty cool. That game was totally in my favor, 100% of the time. He set up sticky webs. It did not matter. What did matter was my choke against Lumberry Dragonite. I had Audino in. The game plan was to go for Reflect and die to the Outrage. And then after Reflect, my Blastoise comes in at full and kills whatever the hell's left in the game. Because he had a Lumberry D-Dance Dragonite. He had a Scarf Krookodile, and then he had Jellicent. Jellicent drops to a Dark Pulse, and the remaining Dragonite plus Crocodile dropped to Ice Beam, both of them. So I choked. I went for T-Wave because I didn't think that I can take a adamant outrage, adamant +1 outrage with Blastoise. In fact, adamant outrage Blastoise at adamant outrage at +1 to a Mega Blastoise with my spread actually did at max 90%. So I was able to live one anyway, but I needed to have more HP on me to take on the rest of his team. So I kind of threw that match off a choke, sucked. But we beat Jacob the match after that, which got us to 1-3. We beat Survive after that one, got us to 2-3, which was a crazy match. I thought I was gonna lose that 100% of it, like even through prepping, I thought I was gonna lose that. It was hyper offense against, I don't even know what to call my bulky offense. I don't know what the heck my team was, but holy crap, that match was amazing. And then that match led to this one. I had a little bit of a winning streak. I had a game plan going into this match, and I'll just explain it here because I didn't put up a team builder. The game plan was to get Tailwind up so that Nidoqueen can run through whatever team of 6 that TJG brought. It was actually Nidoqueen actually had the ability to rip down 9 of his 12 Pokemon, either 2-hit KO or OHKO, or like any of them. So the game plan was, bruise as many things as I can, bruise Azu as well as I can, and then go in for the cleanup with Nidoqueen. I seen the team preview where we got into the match, and I was like, fuck, he brought Gothitelle, and he brought Drapion. I was kind of not scared of Drapion, but you never know what the hell you're going to get with that thing. I expected Azu, Victini, Fortress, Zapdos, and the last 2 are actually expected a sub Mega Sceptile, since I have Mega Blastoise and Rotom Wash on my team, and then a specially defensive Seismitoad instead of Drapion, because that thing can actually take like all the hits from my team. So let me get into this battle. Looking at the team preview, I was actually going to deter away from my original game plan, which was lead Noivern, but I still lead Noivern because it's my best lead. So let me get into the play. He sends out Victini, I lead Noivern, and I automatically see that it's Choice Scarf. So my plan was switch into a defensive wall that can take a Flare Blitz, not Flare Blitz, V-Create. So he switches out into Zapdos. I'm like, alright, no problem. I switched into Mew. And I know I can still take on this Zapdos pretty well. He goes for Thunderbolt. I go for the Super Fang and miss, and that sucked. Because I would have brought this down to 50 and it would have changed up. He couldn't switch in anything. So he goes for another Thunderbolt. Safe play. I go for Super Fang. Now I have to roost before he has to roost. So I see that he's leftovers. I'm like, okay, he's not offensive. He roosts, I roost, whatever. It keeps playing out this way. I think I miss a Willow here. Yes, I miss a Willow, which was big because he would have lost the roosting game. So he goes for another Thunderbolt. I go for a Super Fang. With the Willow, would have brought him down to like 42%, which would Super Fang would start winning. He gets a crit here, and he gets a crit para, and this mattered so much because now Mew's pretty much useless. Like, I just have to catch things on switches. So he keeps Thunderbolting. It's his favorite. It's his safest play. It's whatever. I get fully powered there. We could have a timer, a countdown of how many times Mew gets fully powered. I get the roost here. Perfect. This is just like a stall fest, but he has pressure, so he's actually winning the stall fest. Which is why I'm not clicking Super Fang that many times yet. I'm just roosting. I was trying to get to enough HP. Super Fang here. Oh, I have Baton Path here. Alright, no problem. I have Baton Path into Aromatisse, as Aromatisse can actually win this now with Moonblast dropping his special attack. He switches into Fortress, and here I got to pause it. I switch in Shift Tree. Now, the main reason I switched in Shift Tree here was because on Aromatisse, I know Gothitel's still sitting in the back. I can't touch Goth for anything. If it's specially defensive, it's offensive, and he can like trap Aromatisse, and I needed Aromatisse at full because it took on Azumarill. So I switched in Shift Tree, predicting Gothitelle to come in to force Gothitelle back out so I can knock off anything else for free. So that's why I switched in Shift Tree, and he switched in Fortress. You know, safe play. I guess he had like a gyro ball to hit Aromatisse, which doesn't do anything because I actually underspeeded, I believe. So let's play. I switch out just to scout what he has. I went to Infernape. He has for Bug Bite, and I was like, that's actually really cool. And he actually ate up my Lumberry, which sucked. He switched into Zapdos, and I actually go for the U-turn like an idiot. I knew Zapdos was coming in because he could take a close combat, he could take a Flare Blitz, it's whatever. At this point, I know it's specially defensive. I kind of know it's specially defensive. I actually kind of think that it's like a mix defensive. So the game plan was actually to go for Stone Edge because I know Fortress is not staying in. So I should have hit Stone Edge. Stone Edge did if it's specially defensive, 50 to 60%. If it's physically defensive, did about I think max 50%. So it still would have hurt a lot. 2 Stone Edges would have been able to clean it up if I stayed in, but I went for U-turn, predicting him to switch out and for me to get a good advantage, which in the end doesn't help me at all. So I switch into Nidoqueen just to scout if he has the HP Ice. I switch right out into Mew. He does have the HP Ice. I was like, alright, no problem. You can handle this again. We go for Willow here because we need the Willow. And he sends in Drapion. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I land the Willow. I'm like, that's fine. Now, like, I have no one else I want to take the knockoff for, so I go for the Roost here. I know I could take a knockoff, which was great. And I go for... He switches out into Fortress. I went for Baton Pass there. I went for Baton Pass there into Noivern, because my Noivern is a Air Slash Boom Burst variant, and nothing takes one of those hits on this team like securely. So that was the play. He switches in this. This was actually pretty good. If I would have Baton Pass here, like if I didn't get the full power, I would have actually went into Infernape, and that would have been great, as it forced this out again, and I would have went for Stone Edge like the original plan was. So he gets the Stealth Rocks up, and I get the Willow off. That was fine. I'm like, no problem. Now I try to I get the Super Fang off here. Yeah, get this thing weakened. He can't stay in for too long. Now let's Baton Pass into Shift Tree. Nope. Full para. I'm like, alright, now we're gonna Baton Pass again into Infernape. Nope. Get the full para. And now we're just gonna Baton Pass into Shift Tree and get the the defog off. Nope. Does not happen. That was crucial. Now this thing comes in for free. I stayed in because fuck it, why not? I was so out of it at this point. And I finally get the Baton Pass into Shift Tree, and I was like, okay, I need a defog here. But I'm like, I need to get damage on this thing. This thing was Cobra Berry, max HP, and takes it very well and kills me with a Signal Beam. Had I got the rocks away, I would have been in totally good position. So I send in Noivern. I go for the Air Slash, and I was praying for the flinch, and got the flinch. That's totally fine. No one else is taking this, so I go for the Boom Burst to be safe. Boom Burst does so much to this thing. And I was like, yeah, he drops to a U-turn. No, he drops to an Air Slash. He didn't drop to a U-turn because of the poison typing. If I would have been able to go for the U-turn, that would have been great. But I go for the U-turn here because I know it drops this thing. Noivern picks up 2 kills back to back. I know he was sacking those 2, so that's fine. But I go into Aromatisse here, and he goes into Azu. This is where bullshit starts. Now, you guys already saw this as Waterfall. Now, I have Energy Ball on this thing. If it's I went for the energy ball to see if it's assault vest or not. What I should have done was gone for reflect, because if you see the waterfall damage, I played just for the waterfall damage. You see it does 38.9%. So I would have been able to take 2 of those after the reflect. I later find out that it is assault vest, but either way, it was try to kill the this thing, and I needed tailwind up to kill. I needed a reflect and a tailwind up to kill Azu anyway. So I should have went for reflect here instead of energy ball. Because reflect, I would have been able to take the next one, hit it with an energy ball anyway, and then sack this thing, go into Noivern, get the tailwind up. No, actually, go into Nidoqueen and just sludge wave everything. Sludge wave would have killed this thing. Would have killed Zapdos, and this thing is Scarf. Victini is Scarf. So it wouldn't kill Victini. Victini would kill me beforehand, but I would still have the chance to set up a Tailwind. Actually, no. I would have to wear down Victini. Would have been fine. If I still had a way to get up a Reflect, that would have been great. But still, get the Reflect up, get a Tailwind up, get in Nidoqueen this GG from here. I'm up. I have 5. He has 3. I'm like, all right, I got this. But I went for the freaking energy ball like an idiot, and I should have just went for the reflect. And this is where it goes downhill from here. I know I can't take the next one. Waterfall drops me. All right, no problem. I go into Noivern. I don't take the rock damage too well. So I dropped to the Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet actually with my investment did 16 max, 16%. So if I would have got the reflect up, I would have actually lived that, which sucks. So I went to Nidoqueen and like, alright, I can take the Aqua Jet from here, no problem. I go for the Sludge Bomb on Zapdos. I go to the Sludge Bomb because my safest play. Sludge Bomb actually brings Zapdos very, very low, and I checked the stats doing counts and everything. My Nidoqueen only has 148 speed investment, timid nature. I hit 126, which in Tailwind I outspeed the rest of these mons here. But also, if Zapdos has no speed investment, I outspeed Zapdos, which I needed to stay at 70 HP in order to actually kill Azu, and it would have been a 1-0, which would have been better. My differential would have been not changed up anything, whatever. But I needed this to be I needed to Zapdos to underspeed me. And I know I have HP Ice. I know HP Ice won't kill me because I have 108 HP investments, enough to take one from full. But what happens is it outspeeds me next turn, and I'm like, well, there's GG from there. There's no way I'm taking this back. He sends in a Azumarill. He goes for the Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet actually cleans up the rest of my team. Mew comes in, takes a shit ton from hazards. Dies to Aqua Jet, and then my last mon is Infernape. So yeah, dies to Aqua Jet. It sucks. Getting handed another loss. I'm now 2-4. With a shit differential. Now I'm like -6 differential. I'm not technically out of the playoff run, but this really hurt. It really hurt me. But I didn't get swept, which is something I really, really like. Azu got 5 kills, which is ridiculous. But I think I played fairly well. I'm not mad at myself. I'm not mad at this loss. It was a very, very good match. Shout out to TJG, amazing battler. He actually told me that his Zapdos had 96 speed EVs, which I don't know what the heck he was trying to creep. But it was actually won him the game in the long run. So yeah, I can't complain. Those para hacks sucked so much. Not going for default on Shift Tree sucked so much. Because I could have handled Goth after seeing the damage that I took from Noivern. But, hey, what can you do? Right? So, bringing you guys a video. just wanted to fill you guys in with what's happening. Next week we battle the Bavarian B Drills, coached by Alex Louis. It's a fairly bulky offensive team. I have a game plan. Hopefully it works. I'll find a way to get it here on YouTube. I'll try to keep uploading a little bit more, do some laddering, and so on and so forth. Sorry about the delay. Yeah, like, comment, all that good stuff. This is Program Benchwarmer just signing off, man. Peace.